Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a new product that I was sent over for review purposes by a company called Omaker. And this is a universal car holder 3-in-1. And I am a big proponent of one device doing multiple things. And I think they did a really good job at keeping to that idea. So basically what this is, it is a car holder. And they're calling it a card holder because it doesn't only hold cell phones. You're able to hold MP3 players, GPS, different devices. So they wanted to go ahead and keep it universal to different things. So you're not stuck with the idea that it's only going to be able to be used for phones. As you can see right here, this is your cradle, and basically it goes from 48 millimeters in the closed portion to 95 millimeters all the way out in the open, and then anything in between there. Now, what's really cool is that basically this one base will be able to be attached to different mounts. So as you guys see right here, it has a car windshield mount, it has a car dashboard mount, and then it has a car air vent holder. So I've tested quite a few different styles of these holders, and I can tell you that for the most part, some of them do work great, but once in a while, if you're the type of person that maybe doesn't want to have it stuck on the air vent because it keeps falling out, or if you don't want to have to suction cup it onto your windshield, or if you don't want the permanent option of having it on the dashboard, then you either have to go out and buy another one or something like that, or just kind of deal with it. Now, Omaker did a great job at having everything in here. So depending on how you want to go ahead and attach your particular device to your vehicle, you can go ahead and do that. Now, what's cool is also because all three of the mounting options use the same cradle, you can basically have, if you have two vehicles, let's say you can have one which has the air vents, and then another one which has the windshield, or even a third one which has the dashboard. And all you have to do is remove this piece and take it with you to that particular vehicle. So that is always a good option. So let me go ahead and open up the box so you guys can take a look at it. Right. And right at the top here, you have the cradle itself. Now it has this rubberized area, which is in yellow, which makes it very easy to find, especially at night. It is, again, rubberized, so it's going to keep your device in place. Now you do have the little wings on the side, which actually expand to fit the different width devices. But then what's really cool is you have these little feet at the bottom here, which help the device to stay in place and not move around. Now I found that with certain style of these holders, if they don't have those, once in a while they tend to slip or something like that if you don't have a good enough grip on the sides. So it's good that they went ahead and added that option so you don't have to worry about your phone slipping out, especially when you go to remove it, because as these come open, that's going to free the phone or the device that you have in there, and you don't want it to slide down. This is a plastic housing, but it does feel nice and sturdy. You have this little wing nut in the back here, which you go ahead and turn counterclockwise to allow you to attach this to the different mounts. And then last, you have the little release button right here, which has a couple little dimples on it, which makes it very easy to find with just one finger in the back, especially if you're maneuvering it at night or something like that. So basically all you have to do is you press that button, and then that's going to release the two little wings on the side. Now, I like that they made that a very smooth opening and not jerky, because some of them, I do find that they are kind of jerky and the phone moves around, or you don't get a good seat on the device itself. So let me go ahead and show you guys. I have my iPod Touch here. So basically all you have to do is just seat it in there. And again, as you guys can see, I haven't closed it yet, but those two little feet are holding it in place. And then you just kind of ratchet this back into itself until you feel it's nice and tight and comfortable, and you can go ahead and leave it there. And there it is. It's holding it in place. As you guys can see, it's not moving anywhere, so it is nice and secure. Now, the other thing is I normally like to use my phone as GPS in my vehicle, so I like to hold it in a horizontal form like this. And as you can see, it does a great job at doing that. Now, the bottom area is open also, so if you do have to charge your device at the same time, you can go ahead and do that. Just run your power cable right there, and you're good to go. So you can charge the device as you have it in the universal car holder here. So let me go ahead and take that out. So that is the cradle. Besides that, now you have your different mounting options. So the first one is going to be your windshield mount. And I was pretty interested when I saw this at how sturdy this little arm is right here. Normally with these windshield mounts, you find that the arm has some sort of strength to it, but for the most part, depending on the size of the phone or the device that you're going to put on it, it tends to take up a lot of weight, and it tends to move around. Now obviously you have your suction cup area right here, and then you have your little lever that's going to allow that suction cup to work. Then besides that, and I can tell you this is very, very stiff, which is nice because you're going to be able to basically put this onto your windshield and set this up in whatever viewing angle is best for you. You have that ball joint right here, and basically the way that it works is you go ahead and loosen the little wing nut back here, and then you stick the ball joint in there, and that's going to clip. Loosen it all the way. There we go. That's going to clip in there. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. So it's a very nice and positive clip, and then you can go ahead and tighten it down, and obviously this would be pointing up like this, and there it is. So as you guys can see, this will go suctioned onto the windshield, and it is very sturdy. Once you tighten it all the way down and you have your device in there, it's going to be able to be held in place, and you're going to be able to use it without having to worry about moving around. Again, I like to use mine in a horizontal form factor, so I can just go ahead and turn it, and I can still use it that way. So let me go ahead and take this one out. So that is the windshield mount. And again, this is great because you can go ahead and just remove the cradle and leave the mount in the car if you wanted to, or because it has that little lever, which is more of a quick release feature, and then you have the little tab right here, you can go ahead and remove that if you want to take the whole thing with you. So that is the windshield mount. Besides that, you have, let's see, you have a little baggie here. So you have two things in here. The first one is going to be this one here, and this is going to be your dashboard mount. Now this is obviously going to have a little bit more of a sticky feel to it right at the bottom there. And this is, again, it's not completely permanent, but it's going to be more of a permanent option. So basically you would remove this little film right here, place this on your dashboard, and then bring the lever down to suction it down, and that's going to give you this little arm, which again will go attached to that same spot where I attached the windshield mount to. Now this is obviously if you don't want to have this hanging from your windshield, if you want it to be more on the dashboard and more at arm's length or something like that. But again, because of the stickiness that this has, it's going to be more of a slightly permanent option, so just keep that in mind. And then the third option is the vent holder right here. And again, with the way that it was designed, sometimes I find that other companies have the same design here, but they make it a little bit flimsy. So when you have it in the vent as you're driving, taking corners and stuff like that, it might start wiggling out, especially heavier phones. So what Omaker did is they made it very, very sturdy. Now that's going to be good because you're going to slide this into the vent and it's going to stay right in place, which is nice. And you do have that ball joint right there. So again, that is going to go in that same area where I already showed you on the other one. And then you can just slide this right into your vent. And then all you have to do is, once you get in your vehicle, is press the button in the back, open up these little wings, and then clamp the device down, and you're good to go. Then besides that, you just have a little bit of information inside. So you have your user manual here, and then you have this little card that they would like to hear from you. So here's the user manual. Again, very easy to follow. Just kind of shows you how to set up the 3 different mounting options on your vehicle, whether it's the vent, the dashboard, or the windshield. So there it is. That is the universal car holder by Omaker. What I'll do now is I'll cut the video and I'll show you guys in the vehicle how this looks and how it works. All right, so we're in my car now. I'll go ahead and demonstrate some of the different mounting options that you have. So as you guys can see, here is 2 vents that are right in the middle. So if I wanted to go ahead and mount it via the vents, this is where I would do that. The other option is obviously doing the dashboard mount. So as you guys can see right here, the only drawback is with my vehicle, the dashboard is very curved. And obviously what you're gonna want in order for this to be the most effective is a nice and flat surface that you can go ahead and stick this onto to then go ahead and use the suction cup to give you that much more grip. Unfortunately, that for me is not the best course of action. So the beauty of it is that you do get a couple different options to be able to do that. Obviously, the third one is to go ahead and mount it onto the windshield by using the windshield mount right here, which gives you the longer arm. Now, this is obviously a viable alternative for me. The only drawback is, for me, mounting it right here on the windshield, it still puts the device too far away, so I have to reach to be able to get to it. And then again, that's just because of the design of my particular windshield. I would prefer it to be a little bit closer to me, more right at hand, so if I have to navigate through the device itself, I'm able to do that very easily without having to be distracted by reaching over. So for me, the best option is to go ahead and mount it on either one of these vents. What I've done is I already attached the vent mount onto the cradle. Now I wanted to show you guys this. There is a wider gap area and then a thinner gap area to this vent mount. Now what I would recommend is, depending on the width of your actual air vents, is that you keep that in mind as you're orienting this clip onto the vent. Now, as you guys can see, my vents go up and down versus going horizontally. And that's always a challenge for me, finding these clips that will attach securely because of the fact that the vents go up and down. And I can tell you that the way that this is designed, this rubber pieces are very, very stiff, which is good. You want that to be able to provide the best grip for the actual vent clip onto the vents. So let me go ahead and put this in there, and the easiest thing to do is just kind of slide one side and then work the other one and until you get it in there. So there it is. As you guys can tell, it is very nice and secure. I'll go ahead and show you guys. Here is my iPod Touch. I'll go ahead and press the button to extend those two little wings. All right, there it is. Now I can go ahead and place the iPod Touch right there. And again, the two little feet at the bottom are holding it already in place. So all I have to do is just close it in and clamp it down. And there it is. It's good to go. It is not going anywhere. It's nice and solid. So as I drive around now, I have either, in my case, my iPod Touch, but if you have a cell phone or a GPS or any other device right at hand, here's my steering wheel. I can just reach over and, select a track or something like that. It is open at the bottom, so I can go ahead and connect the car charger if I need to charge the device at the same time. And it is just going to stay there very sturdy. And then once I get to where I need to go and I want to take it out, all I do is press that button, and then I can go ahead and remove it, and I'm good to go. So there it is. That is a quick look at the different mounting options that you have for the Omaker Universal Car Holder 3-in-1. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and leave a link below to where you guys can purchase this if you guys are interested, and I'll also leave a coupon code that'll give you a little bit of a discount from the company itself if you guys are interested in picking up. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.